There was a noticeable sense of tension in the opulent loft as Rasheeda Frost paced the living room, her mind racing after discovering Kirk's infidelity, an affair that had destroyed her trust and left her reeling. And she had made the decision that if Kirk wanted to play dirty, she would prove to him how capable she was. Rasheeda realized she had to act if she could match his movements with a resolute sparkle in her eye. Her strategy for taking back control was the public announcement. She organized a press conference to make sure it would be the talk of the town, and as cameras and reporters gathered, the atmosphere was electric with excitement. Rasheeda showed in wearing an exquisite ensemble that exuded both style and defiance. Rasheeda's posture when she reached the podium was a combination of poise and underlying fire. She said, "Thank you all for coming," in a steady but excited tone. "I have some important news to share, and I want to be clear about my next steps." When the reporter's interest was piqued, Rasheeda went on, "As many of you understand my connection to Kirk," the audience exploded in whispers and flashbulbs as Frost paused to give the words time to sink in before delivering the punchline. "It's true that Kirk has been unfaithful, but Rasheeda wasn't done yet. This is where it gets interesting," she continued with a confident smile. "I'm not simply going on. I'm doing it with a new person who has been my friend and true partner up to that point." Rasheeda's new lover appeared. He was tall, attractive, and emanated a sense of composed assurance that stood in stark contrast to the mayhem all around them. With fresh enthusiasm, the reporters snapped pictures and asked questions, and one of the reporters yelled, "Who is he, and how did you two meet?" "This is Adrian. We've been dating for a while, and he's been a supportive friend through all the highs and lows. I'm excited to have him by my side as I begin this new chapter," and Rasheeda's eyes glistened with delight as she introduced him. Standing next to Rasheeda, Adrian he greeted the reporters with a kind grin and a firm handshake, demonstrating that he was unaffected by the media flurry and that he was ready for the limelight. "Our relationship developed organically after we were introduced by common acquaintances, and I'm glad to be supporting her and accompanying her on her future trip." The questions came flooding in. Reporters who are keen to learn more about Rasheeda's new relationship and how it fits into her public persona. As the press conference came to an end, Rasheeda responded with a blend of composure and mischievous defiance, obviously relishing the chance to change the subject. With their hands clasped in a sign of solidarity, Rasheeda and Adrian walked out together. Fresh starts as the cameras kept flashing, they captured the moment Rasheeda regained control of her story. The news headlines would surely be ablaze with her revelation, but Rasheeda was prepared. She had transformed Kirk's betrayal into a potent declaration of her own fortitude and readiness for a new beginning as she walked into the night. After a turbulent 25-year roller coaster of a relationship, it appears that love and hip-hop Atlanta star Rasheeda has finally found love. Rasheeda felt liberated because she had weathered the storm of Kirk's infidelity with grace and strength. And now that Adrian was by her side, she was ready to embrace whatever came next with renewed hope and confidence. Reached a breaking point and is prepared to file for divorce from her spouse. According to a Kirk Frost rumor, Rasheeda, who has endured Kirk's never-ending string of infidelity for a long time, is over his infidelity and dishonesty, which have been a persistent source of friction in their marriage. Kirk has frequently made news for his shady behavior, including one of the biggest notorious incidents, such as Kirk's on-screen betrayal during a getaway on Love and Hip Hop, which became renowned for its drama, and his obvious dishonesty regarding paternity when Rasheeda was pregnant in Season 2, which was a huge drama bomb that completely destroyed their relationship by Season 3. To establish paternity, Kirk underwent a DNA test, a step that only despite their years of highly public highs and lows, their tumultuous marriage made matters worse and left Rasheeda reeling. It also led to dramatic confrontations with her mother, Charlene, who famously ran over Kirk's motorcycle in a heated altercation. Rasheeda appears prepared to regain her independence and move on from a marriage that has been. It's like a dramatic soap opera. Rasheeda, a veteran cast member who is renowned for balancing her profession, family, and her personal life, friendship with Kirk that is chaotic.
You haven't signed anything and he hasn't signed anything yet?
No.
Is that because are you guys still trying to work it out, or does it just make more sense for you guys to just be separated right now?
Well, the thing is, we've sat and had a conversation about trying to maybe not do it through attorneys and see if we can come to some type of agreement, that way. And at the same time, I also feel like, and it's not even the point of just trying to work it out, but I'm also like, I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I pretty much kind of got the information, and am I ready to serve him with these papers? This is the first time something like this has happened in our marriage, and I'm feeling like, okay, is the answer immediately, although it's all this crazy stuff that's happened, is the answer immediately divorce? Step into this place, or is it, let's try to figure out if we're going to just separate and try to work out percentages, things like to that nature. So that's kind of where it is right now. Just maybe considering not having to do an actual divorce, but just at this moment, but just figuring out what we want to do and see if we want to go ahead and take it to the divorce line later, or that may not be the case. As of right now, who's to say? My main concern ain't even just the fact of filing a divorce. It's just about trying to, stay focused, not overstress myself, and get ready for this baby, whether he's a part of the situation.
After years of treachery, Rasheeda's journey has been unforgettable, and many people are supporting her choice to finally sever her relationship with Kirk Frost. It appears that Rasheeda is tired of playing second fiddle to Kirk's infidelity and deceit, opting to quit her peace, and as she departs from the turbulent union, she is filled with joy. With almost 25 years of crazy ups and downs, Kirk Frost and Rasheeda's marriage has unquestionably been one of the most scandalous and dramatic partnerships on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It was first presented as the Rasheeda's manager and husband were encouraging and focused on assisting her in pursuing her goals. Since their marriage became the focal point of the drama in Season 2, Kirk's part took a nosedive into darker waters. Kirk's actions became especially hostile when he accused Rasheeda of cheating after finding out she was expecting, which set off a series of betrayals that included Kirk being seen on camera with 2 women and pressing Rasheeda to undergo an abortion. Despite the drama, the pair was able to reconcile in Season 3. However, Kirk's antics persisted in causing chaos, such as hiring a bartender to watch their children and causing strife by matching Shia with his artist Ashley Nicole in Season 4. The relationship reached a low point in Season 6 when it was revealed that Kirk was the father of a child with stripper Jasmine. This scandal caused them to split up for a short time in Season 7, but they later got back together after Kirk's mother passed away unexpectedly. Despite this brief reprieve, their relationship was still harmed by Kirk's constant infidelity and dishonesty, with rumors of a divorce are circulating, suggesting that Rasheeda may finally be at her breaking point as she approaches her 24th wedding anniversary. Their marriage, which has lasted for more than 20 years, has been a roller coaster of after all the drama Kirk has caused. Many fans believe Rasheeda deserves some well-earned peace and happiness. If these divorce rumors are accurate, it would mean the end of one of the most turbulent and long-running partnerships in the love and hip-hop industry. Franchised in a heartfelt and open discussion that Nom TV recorded addressing critics who have studied their marriage and his behavior over the years, Kirk Frost talked candidly about his marriage with Rasheeda, admitting that his missteps caused tension in their union. Although Rasheeda had stayed faithful in spite of the public display and their marital problems, he acknowledged that he was not flawless and expressed regret for the infidelity that nearly caused them to split up. Lil Scrappy, who just went through a divorce with Bambi, and Whitehead, who is currently going through a breakup with Sarah Gates, both commented to praise Rasheeda for her loyalty and tenacity over the turbulent journey. Their remarks were a mixture of adoration and support for despite Rasheeda's resilience in the face of hardship. The public's response to Kirk's apology has been conflicted. While some view his recognition and guilt as a step toward redemption, others are dubious, pointing out that repeated infidelity and scandals may. The intricacy of Frost and Rasheeda's relationship with its past and public crisis overshadows any sincere attempts at reconciliation and continues to spark discussion among fans and followers. The circumstance draws attention to more general topics of forgiveness, responsibility, and the difficulties of keeping a relationship in the spotlight. And with reports that Rasheeda is divorcing still circulating, it's obvious that after a turbulent 25 years, Rasheeda is prepared to move on from a marriage that has brought her a great deal of sorrow. If the allegations are accurate, it will mark a significant turning point for Rasheeda, a dependable cast member who balances her work, family, and the turbulent roller coaster that is her relationship with Kirk.